except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
Let me start by saying two things. Number one, I'm making this video because I want to start a discussion because I'm not quite sure, but I think what I'm going to propose is accurate. But I would really like for other people who happen to know about Kosho Ryu and or Judo to chime in. Number two, I'm not trying to bash or disparage anybody. This is not that kind of party. Okay, so, let me say number three. For all you naysayers, I have a black belt in Judo. I do not have a black belt in Kosho Ryu. I have been doing a lot of reading about Kosho Ryu, and I have taken a couple of the Kosho Ryu home study courses. I've taken some of the Kosho Ryu home study courses from Grandmaster Art Mason. I do have some ranking from Grandmaster Art Mason for Hapkido and Kyusho Jitsu. In the past, I have looked at a lot of products by Roddy Ferguson. I do not have rank from Roddy Ferguson. I have met Roddy Ferguson once. I don't get any kickbacks from Grandmaster Art Mason or from Roddy Ferguson. I just like what they do, and I learn from what they put out. So let's get that out of the way. One of the criticisms that Grandmaster Art Mason makes in his Kosho Ryu videos when he's talking about throws, and particularly for Judo, is that you don't want to take on mass. And I was talking about this today with students, talking about how you don't want to take on mass, but you don't want to when you're throwing. You want to try to do throws where you actually, if you think about it, you should actually be using the principles of Judo, of Kazushi blending with the force, not trying to hurt. But if you've ever done any type of competing, I've only competed at the local level. If you've done any type of competing in Judo, you know that instead of the order of Kazushi, Sekure, Kake, you end up with Sekure fitting in, then you might execute the throw, and then the person might fall off balance and you get it done. Instead of the textbook order that's in the canon of Judo book. Come on, man. I'm saying this to say, if there is Kosho Ryu in Judo, I think one area where it would be in grip fighting. And let me also preface this by saying I am not good at grip fighting. I need to study grip fighting more. I knew just enough grip fighting to demonstrate some of it for my black belt test back in the day, but I am not good at grip fighting. But when I was looking at one of Roddy Ferguson's videos, it reminded me of the octagon for Kosho, where he was standing. So if you don't know what the octagon is for Kosho Ryu, look that up. If you can't find it, come here and say, I try to look for the octagon, I can't find it. And I will try to point you to a website that has it on there. But just Google Kosho Ryu octagon, and you should find a picture of it somewhere. So anyway, I was looking at where Roddy was standing when he was demonstrating this grip fighting sequence with someone, and it looked like he was moving to 3 and 4 and moving the uke to 5, moving the uke to 7. So I'm thinking there's two things. If there's an intersection of Kosho Ryu and Judo, it may be in grip fighting. Because also in this video right here, this just spontaneously came up. He's talking about how you want to use grip fighting to control the person's movement. That sounds very Kosho Ryu-ish to me. And also, if you trap the person properly when you're off balancing them, you have skeletal freezing in there. And I also went over with some of the students today the places to fold the person if you want to do folding arts. So let's go through this and see if there is a Kosho Judo intersection in terms of how you could use grip fighting so that you are folding the person, you're trying to control their frame. So that could mean too, like if you ever wanted to do any cross training in terms of if you come from a primarily striking background with your Kosho, because Kosho Ryu, you mind, I'm not a black belt in Kosho at the time of this video. Kosho Ryu is really supposed to be more of a study, not necessarily a style per se. And for what I've seen online, most of the people who do Kosho are coming from Kempo. So Kempo karate background. So if you wanted to cherry pick what you want to get from Judo, if possible, if you just don't have the time, energy, or desire, or means to dive in it and go all the way through the Shodan, this is the type of stuff I think you could pick out. One of the things I think you could pick out would be grip fighting. Another thing I'm going to do is I want to go back through the throws and list which ones I think are Kosho, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to put them out there and I'm going to see if you all agree or disagree. So let's take a look.
Why you should learn how to grip fight. A lot of people think you should learn how to grip fight just so you know where to put your hands. But no, it's so you can know where to put your hands and know how to control the person. Control so that you can attack when you would like to, and control so that you can thwart any of the attacks. Grip fighting allows you to change the tempo and the pace of a match.
So he's talking about a match. Now, and this is why I want to go back. When everybody says why I need to get back into Judo and just like make myself learn grip fighting some kind of way, even if I just pick a student that's going to work with me independently and I try to self-study it for a while, is because imagine if you could tie somebody up if they attack you and they're wearing like baggy clothes or a big shirt or a jacket, or even if you went in with no something that's the equivalent of no-gi, and you know how to tie them up and use skeletal freezing with your grip fighting so that they can't grab you, so that they can't attack you. So this is assuming, of course, like they don't have a knife so they can stab you.
Doesn't matter if you're in Newaza, or what we call ground fighting, or in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu context, or if you're in Tachiwaza, or if you're doing stand-up fighting, mostly in the Judo context. Being able to grip fight is super, super important. Now, what's the main thing that you need to concentrate when we're talking about grip fighting? Well, the main thing that we're going to always hammer home is what we call sleeve control. If you were doing wrestling, freestyle, folk style, or Greco-Roman wrestling, you hear about inside control. Well, when it comes to Judo or fighting in the gi, we really focus on sleeve control. Now, what you'll find out is that as you become a good grip fighter, I don't care if it's Judo, I don't care if it's doing Tachiwaza, you'll find out that these things translate also on the ground. As a matter of fact, approximately 3 nights ago, at the time that I'm doing this recording, I had a student that asked me, he said, man, how can I improve my grip fighting? And one of my other students said, man, you need to do Judo. Your ability to understand grip fighting iterations, where to put your hands, how to control people, and then take those things that you've learned and implement that into ground fighting, it will be absolutely phenomenal and mind-blowing how it will change your game. So
this sounds a lot to me like when we're talking about the folding arts, or when, even if you're trying to do some type of, I guess we used to call it like trapping, when I was doing Tangsudo, where to put your hands on a person so that they can't come back at you, so they can't reach for you, so that they can't turn towards you, where to move, where to put your hands, or even where to stand, if you're talking about stand-up fighting, so that you can be out of harm's way and you can control where your, for lack of a better term, opponent goes. And I think that's got to have, in my opinion, some direct translation over to self-defense. Even though a real-life self-defense situation is not trying to win a contest, you still would want to control their movement so that you don't have to hurt them if you don't want to.
So the things that you're going to get from the next couple of, I wouldn't even say minutes, but hours and hours and hours of video that you're going to see from me, you're going to understand where to put your hands, why you should put your hands there, the things that are available to you and for you, and how you can stop somebody else. Now, if you would like more information, you can go to www.gripfighting.com and get inside the Grip Fighting Academy for 100% free today. Here's what I'm telling you. Everything that you will learn from me works. It all works better when you make an investment.
So that's advertising his grip fighting product, which I think I'm going to have to end up going ahead and learning and doing so I can get some kind of tactile practice with grip fighting, but not to win contests, because I mean I'm like old now, so I don't have aspirations of being a judo champion. But I do think that if you know how to grip fight well, I mean I could do it enough to frustrate Joe Schmo average person that may want to try to hurt me. Tie up their arms and stand to 3 and 4 in the octagon, or stand semi behind them on 5 and 7 on the octagon. That would be like up here. So that they have to cross over themselves to try to get at me. So what do you think? Is there an intersection of Kosho and Judo? Is grip fighting the intersection of, or an intersection of Kosho and Judo? So let me say this. Since like I talk mostly about Taekwondo on this channel because that's like my primary style, for lack of a better term. There's an intersection of Kosho and Taekwondo's with the jump kicks. Even if you're not talking about, doing high kicks, the jumping you do in Taekwondo is definitely something that would translate over into Kosho. Even if you can't jump high and jump up enough to do a really high jump kick, training your body to jump should help you, in my opinion, with your escaping arts and you're jumping around. So, what do you think? Is this an intersection? Is there a Kosho Judo intersection? If you want to talk about grip fighting, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts, especially the martial arts as a whole. In peace, and as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And share this video. And if you're interested in martial arts lessons on, the times that I'm available and you'd like to train with me, let me know. Peace.